The Bronze Age was an important time in human history when people began to use metal to make tools, weapons, and other objects. It came after the Stone Age and before the Iron Age. This period began at different times in different parts of the world, but in many places it started around 3000 BCE and lasted for over 1,000 years. The main feature of the Bronze Age was the use of bronze, a strong metal made by mixing copper and tin. Before the Bronze Age, people made tools and weapons from stone, wood, and bone. These tools worked, but they could break easily and were hard to shape. When people discovered how to make bronze, it changed everything. Bronze was stronger than stone and could be shaped more easily. This led to better tools for farming, hunting, and building. It also made stronger weapons for defense and war. The first people to use bronze lived in places like Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, Egypt, China, and the Indus Valley, modern-day Pakistan, and India. These areas already had growing cities, writing, and trade. With bronze, their civilizations became even more advanced. Farmers could plow more land with bronze tools. Builders could make larger homes and temples. And kings could control armies with better weapons. The Bronze Age also saw the rise of trade between distant places. Copper and tin were not always found in the same place, so people had to travel and trade to get what they needed. This led to the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture. Ships crossed seas, and traders used carts and pack animals to move metal, food, pottery, and cloth. Some cities became very wealthy because of trade. In Europe, the Bronze Age came a bit later than in the Middle East. People there also began using bronze tools and building new kinds of homes and monuments. One of the most famous from this time is Stonehenge in England. Although it was started in the late Stone Age, it was added to during the Bronze Age, and nearby graves show that people buried their leaders with bronze tools and jewelry. Life in the Bronze Age was organized into communities, often led by chiefs or kings. People lived in villages or small cities. They farmed the land, raised animals, and made things by hand like pottery and woven cloth. Some people became metal workers, making bronze tools, swords, and beautiful ornaments. Others became warriors, builders, or traders. Religion was important, and people built temples and held ceremonies to honor their gods. The Bronze Age was also a time of great stories and myths. In places like Greece, legends about heroes such as Hercules and Theseus may have started in this time. In Mesopotamia, people wrote down stories like the Epic of Gilgamesh. In Egypt, gods and pharaohs were honored in grand temples and tombs. But the Bronze Age did not last forever. Around 1200 BCE, many civilizations in the eastern Mediterranean collapsed. Cities were destroyed, trade routes were broken, and writing disappeared in some places. Historians still study why this happened. It may have been because of invasions, natural disasters, or changes in climate. After this time, people began using a new metal, iron. Iron was harder to make at first, but it was stronger and more common than bronze. This led to the next period in history, the Iron Age. Even though the Bronze Age ended long ago, it left behind many important things. It was a time of great invention, learning, and growth. The first large cities, writing systems, and complex governments began in this era. People learned how to work with metal, build better homes, and trade with distant lands. Many of the tools, stories, and ideas from the Bronze Age helped shape the world we live in today.